the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your radio host, and I want to thank you so very much for being with me this beautiful Tuesday morning, May 23rd, here in Pensacola, Florida. Yes, I'm in Pensacola, and I am so thankful for this opportunity and this technology that God has given man to create, that I'm able to be here, excuse me, and yet on the radio show. So I want to thank you so very much for joining us via Hallelujah 95.3, excuse me, either on, that's that preaching still coming out, even on the radio, Hallelujah 95.3 FM, or Facebook or YouTube, or the Hallelujah 95.3 app. We are so glad that you have joined us. And I want you to take a few minutes, if you would, go ahead and tag someone. If you're at your desk or you're able to, go ahead and tag and share and get others in on this so they can enjoy this this great show. I am so excited about this show this morning. I really am. I guess I say that about every show, but I'm excited this morning. Y'all see her. I have Kaylin John Louis on here this morning, and we're going to get into some things. And our subject this morning is the domino effect, the dominoes effect of mentorship, going from mentee to mentor. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But today we're going to build someone. We have people on here who will be mentors and people who are mentees, but you go from mentee to mentor. And we're going to get into that because one thing about it, you never stop learning. You never stop learning. You are always learning. Every mentor has a mentor. So, but we'll get into that. Y'all see, I'm so excited, right? Because we have, and I get into that. But I'm so excited. And it's been an honor to serve you as the radio host of the Real Talk with Judy Live, a radio show here. I would like to invite you today, if you have not, to go ahead and subscribe to the show, the Real Talk with Judy radio show. If you have not yet liked my Facebook page, go ahead and do that. And the YouTube, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube page. And everything is Real Talk with Judy. Everything is Real Talk with Judy. So you can do that on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Go ahead and subscribe to the page. We got some good things. And I too have just acquired another phenomenal mentor who's doing things way higher than I am. And God, I can't even begin to tell you all because of people, Kaylin. I now have two national speakers who I didn't call them. They called me to see if I want to be mentoring this next level. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I want to say hello to my mama, Mother Irma Hunter Wesley. I want to say hello, Minister Howard. Thank you. Amen. There she goes, sharing. She is absolutely phenomenal. Just celebrated her birthday last Tuesday, and thank you so very much. To my mom, who's the reason I am, the reason I am who I am. I thank God so very much for her and all of the lessons, and she continues to be my number one mentor. She continues to be my number one hero, and just looking at her life, I want to thank God for allowing her to still be here. And to my awesome and wonderful husband, Gerald, Dr. Mandrell, glad for him. He's the reason I get to do what I do. Traveling all over, he allows me to do what I do. And to missionary Priscilla John Louis, who helped me to deliver an award-winning show to a great audience every Tuesday. I want to say thank you so very much, Priscilla, and to all of the staff who worked with you, and to my staff, period, who allows me to have all these different entities and yet get to travel, because we can trust they have been mentored to be the best, and they're yet being mentored. So we're thankful again to everybody who had tuned in to the show. I want you to go ahead and invite somebody. Join Minister Howard in tagging others, and getting them on here. Get some young people on here. Get some older people on here. Hey, Sister Victoria, God bless you. Thank God so very much for you. And so today, she has set the bar high, hasn't she? She has set the bar very high, but it's reachable. It's reachable. It is not too high that she cannot reach, that you cannot reach it. So today, I want to go ahead and introduce, I'm presenting to some, and I'm going to introduce to others, Kaylin John Louis. Welcome to the Real Talk with Judy Center.
Thank you so much for having me on, Pastor Judy. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. Y'all, she is executive director at Kaylin's Caring Connection. And she got a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to let her tell a lot of it. But some of the things that I'm excited about, and maybe we'll get down to that later on, Kaylin. Maybe we'll get down. Go ahead and let's hear a little bit about you. Let's tell the audience a little bit about Kaylin John Louis.
Well, as Pastor Judy stated, I am the executive director of Kaylin's Caring Connection, which is a nonprofit organization I started a few years ago, where I fundraise for different needs in the community just to allow others to get the things that they need and to provide care and love to so many that deserve it. I also am the host of the Inspiring Moments with Kaylin radio show, which is also on Hallelujah 95.3 on Saturdays at noon. And I am, along with being able to be in the community, I'm involved in several organizations with the community, but some that I will share is the Tallahassee Police Department Youth Citizens Advisory Council. I am a member and just very, very excited person with the Life Changers Youth Department and a member of Life Changers Church of God in Christ. I also am been a part of the Junior League of Tallahassee Teen Board, and recently have just been able to join the amazing group of Class 25 with the 5 young women to watch. Outside of the community, I am very, very much into my academics, and this year I am a senior at Florida State University Schools. I recently just graduated from TCC as a dual enrolled student, where I was able to receive my associate's degree along with my high school diploma in a few days. And I am just so excited to be blessed and graced to be where I am, do what I'm doing, and allow God to use me as his vessel.
Wow. Thank you so very much, Kaylin. That is absolutely fantastic. And if you all understood, she already has her AA degree. She's already a graduate of Tallahassee Community College. And I believe you graduated summa?
Yes, ma'am. Summa cum laude on the president's list.
She graduated on the president list from TCC, and she would graduate in the top 10. Am I right?
The top 20 of our school with the
top 20 of her high school. Which is Friday. She graduated Friday from high school. I am so phenomenally excited for you, Kaylin. We have watched you. We're actually in the womb. We talked to you while you were in the womb. We talked and laughed with you and played with you while you were in the womb. So probably why you heard so many of our voices, knew so many of our voices when you were born. But we were able to watch you grow up and become a part of your life at a very, very young age. And we watch you. I like to tell a story, and you can add on to it when I finish this. But I like to tell a story how when you were born, your umbilical cord was wrapped around your neck, I believe it was. And when they took it off, and you came out. You've been talking ever since. You've been talking ever since. Talk about it. Talk about it.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, my mom told me the same story that they were in the hospital and the doctor told them that the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck. And of course, we all are praying people. And so everyone involved prayed that the delivery would go safely. And as you stated, I have been talking ever since, whether it's just to friends or in the community. But I'm glad that I've been able to, over the years, discover the voice that I have.
Caitlin, what makes you and watching you grow from a child, from an infant, now to a young lady who about to enter college? What kept you focused? Because we have parents who are really invested in their children, but sometimes the children, for whatever reason, go astray from the teaching of their parents.
Yes, ma'am.
We have watched you stay on that path, and you may have fallen or whatever, but what kept you grounded and to help you go to where you are now?
Over the years, I believe the thing that has kept me most grounded is knowing that what I'm doing is not just for me. I've been able to see from just little siblings or little god siblings that I have, little cousins, little people at my school, that they are looking up and able to see what's going on. I also have learned this from not just you, but learned it from Miss Lisa Ward as well, that it's important to make a vision board. And I've been able to look at that vision board since I was about 10 up until now, of all the goals and the things I wanted to accomplish. So every time I got unmotivated or felt as if I would fall off the wagon or not continue to go with my goals, I consistently looked at that vision board to remind myself, you're going somewhere. You have somewhere to be, and that there are things that you can do that you want to accomplish. So even if that meant sacrificing a few summers, as I did for TCC to get my degree, or just taking time out of my Saturdays to be involved with my community versus doing everything that a lot of teenagers do my age, I made sure that I took those sacrifices and the things I did to push me to the next level, because I knew that, as you and so many other people keep saying, they saw something in me. And I know that when everyone kept telling me they saw something in me, it did take me a second to realize what was inside. But I think the moment I did realize it, I knew that I just had to keep going, keep pushing to be where I am.
You stated that you did a vision board at 10 years old. What were some of the things on your vision board
Some of the
at
things,
10?
yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Some of the things on my vision board was to start my organization. I had one where I wanted to give back to the homeless, and I've been able to accomplish those too. Of course, on my vision board was to excel academically and make sure that I stayed on top of my grades. And I also believe back then I used to want to be a pediatrician. That has changed over the
Remember
few years, but that was also on that vision board. Regardless of the career field, I knew that I wanted to be something. And so I had those things on my vision board. And over the years, it's just continued to grow based off what I wanted to receive, whether that was certain awards I put on there, or I wanted to meet certain people. I wanted to be a part of different organizations. It's just continued to grow.
one of the things you said that I think is very important to all of us on your vision board, it may change from when you first created it. And you have to be willing to make that change. But you also, as you stated earlier, Kaylin, you have to look at that vision board, because there will come times as you're on this journey, you will be discouraged. You may fall off the wagon. You may be whatever, but keep that vision board before you. How often do you look at it?
It is in the side of my room. So when I wake up, it is in my view where I can see it. So I see it every day. If I'm working on work or I'm just having a lazy day, I'll look at that and say, okay, did I do something today that is going to help push me closer to what's on that vision board? And I just make sure I continue to look at it to keep me grounded.
I like that. My bishop gave me an assignment, And he said this, you don't have to work on it every day, but you got to think about it every day. And that has stuck with me. He said, you don't have to work on it every day, but you have to think about it every single day. And I want to give that to someone and I consider the Real Talk with Judy show like a mentor show. That's what I consider it, simply because of the fact that God has blessed me, not boasting, but telling the truth, to mentor hundreds. And so I consider the Real Talk with Judy Live a mentor show, a mentor show. And so we want to, as you stated, if you have not done two things, if you have not written your vision and made it plain, keep your vision simple for you. And if you have not done a vision board, do one. And so I'm sure Kayla and I both would suggest that you write your vision, make it plain, and do a vision board and keep it where you can see it.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that. Every day she gets up, she see it, put it so you can see it, so you can look at it every single day. I have daily affirmation on my bed, on my bathroom mirror that I say every morning because I have to see them, because that's one of the first places I go. And so we want you to do that. Caitlin, as we talk today, we're going to talk about the dominoes effect of mentorship. And we know how some of us know how domino work. It can topple another domino that topples another domino, and so on. And so success and mentoring work the exact same way. It works the exact same way. So you become a mentee and you learn and you grow. But even in your mentee role, you're still knocking over others, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're still knocking over others. You're calling others to topple. Have you ever, and maybe you have, Kaylin, maybe you have. I'm about to say, have you ever seen yourself as a mentor? And then before you became a mentor, knowing you probably did. Talk about it. When you were a little kid when you were a young kid working as a youth council
Yes,
in the
ma'am.
Dream Builders, great. You was young yourself, but you were in charge over some, as you just said, little people. You call them the little people. As you was in charge of the little people, did you at that moment, if you can remember,
Yes, ma'am.
think that one day I'm going to be whatever?
I believe that I knew I would give advice to some of my fellow peers, but I think I just now realized that I had the potential to become a mentor. I knew that even when I was working with others, as you stated, because I've been talking for a long time and I've been able to be around others who have molded me into a leader. I've been told all the time that I was very authoritative or had a push with other people. And so I knew that in a lot of areas, going for leadership roles and being in the area where I can give advice and help other people realize their success was something that would happen. But even over the last few years, I've had some of my friends who may be juniors or sophomores to come up to me and say, "Hey, I've looked at what you're doing and I think it's awesome. Can you give me some advice on maybe how you started your organization? Or give me some advice on how you continue to every day or throughout the week record a radio show or go on social media and share positive things." Those small things where people consistently have been asking, "How do you do this? How do you do that?" has shown me that what I'm doing is not only making a difference, but it's showing other people ways they can make a difference as well. And I think that's what has allowed me to see that, as you stated, transitioning from mentor to mentee to mentor is something that will end up happening with me because of the advice and the counsel a lot of people have been asking for lately.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, would you comment on why is it important to have a mentor? The importance of mentoring.
Yes, ma'am. I believe it's important to have mentors because those are the people that I believe God places in your life to push you to the next level. I've had dreams all my life and things that I wanted to do, but there were mentors who came in there and helped me refine my goals, helped me with advising and guiding me, help support me along the way to keep me narrowed into a focus because I could have veered off into a lot of different things, but having that mentor, that person who will keep you focused, who will keep you straight and put you and suggest that you do certain things that help you reach your future has allowed me to see that a mentor is very important. They also, I believe the mentors in your life are good because they take that time to get to know you personally, but also help you grow through your challenges because life happens. And there will be times where you may not make the best decisions, but those mentors in your life who can pull you aside and say, hey, let's grow from this, or maybe let's do something different. I believe it's most important to have those people in your life.
Yeah, I agree with you very much, Kaylin. And one of the things I would say, even for those who will be mentored, sit down with your mentee or the person who I've had so many people to ask me to mentor them, Kaylin, and some I've told no because they wasn't willing to make the sacrifice that is necessary to be a mentee.
Yes, ma'am.
Bishop John Wade is one of my mentors, but he sent me a list and said, this is what I expect of you as a mentee. And if you will not do one of them, the answer is no, I would not be your mentor. Because there was a certain expectation he has of his mentees. And if you can't do all of the ones that he put down, he just says, I would not be, then I cannot be your mentor. And I believe that as a mentor, it's not just getting someone to follow behind you, it's getting helping, as you stated, to put people to that point. You know, a mentor, and I like how you said it, they will suggest things to you. If you fail, they're not going to beat you, but they're riding in the saddle with like a driver ed, a student driver ed teacher,
Yes,
which
ma'am.
I believe is a brave person. He or she sitting over there while that student driver. When I see a car that says student driver, I either pull over, I go real fast. I'm gonna get past that student driver because they may not know at that particular moment, right? They may not know at that particular moment, but that teacher in the passenger side
Mhm.
should have more experience.
Yes.
It should going in the direction where you want to go. Hello, Yuri. Going in the direction where you want to go, know how to cause you to maneuver in
Yes.
certain situations. But they're your beginning teacher, right? After one of those brave parents or godparents or whoever teach you how to drive initially. But that is very. I believe that a mentor is very important. I've had them. I still have them. You know, and I have certain mentors for certain things, but I have an ultimate. I have a few that is my everything go-to mentor. I don't have many mentors. Period. Um, I don't because I don't connect in all areas with many people. So now, Kaden, here you are. Uh, what do you think a mentee should expect from a mentor?
I think a mentee should expect a mentor to be honest with them in all aspects. I feel like if you're a mentee and you're expecting someone to tell you everything you want to hear, then you're not ready for a mentor.
Not ready for me.
Because a lot of mentors, sometimes what they say, it may sting a little bit, or because you're in a certain time in your life, you may feel that what they're saying does not make sense. But I guarantee you, a mentor will have your best interests at heart. And so I think you, as a mentee, you should expect your mentor to not only be honest with you, but as I stated earlier, to give you advice, to make sure that they're putting you on that path to greatness and that they're also helping connect you with like-minded people. Because even where you may have a mentor for everything, like Dr. Judy stated, that there will be people who will help you in one area or help you in another. But I've had mentors who've connected me with people from different aspects to push me to the next level. And so as a mentee, you're going to have to be willing to allow your mentor to be flexible, allow your mentor to put you in uncomfortable situations so that you can grow to the next level.
Okay, now you're getting ready to, not getting ready, you're already a mentor. You're a mentor to many. Uh, and I believe, well, before I go to that, something that I admire about you, Kaylin, you have chosen your friends wisely. And your mom at your what was it, your senior awards night,
Yes, ma'am.
and at the best and brightest student. Man, I'm so proud. You see all these people here. Everybody is proud. I think everybody who know you in the world is proud of you. I think everybody is just proud of you, proud of your accomplishment. I believe they're proud of what you're doing. I just believe that. I believe that. I believe even people who jealous of you proud of you. You know, you can't help but be. God has blessed your life. God has blessed your life. And from Life Changes, as your pastor and I, we thank you, because I don't care what platform you're on. I don't care where you are. You're going to sure make sure that people know that you are a proud member of Life Changes Church of God in Christ, and that you serve. You know, you're not just a member, Kaylin. You serve Life Changes. I remember you were our greeter. You were our greeter at a very young age. And we have people like Sister Sequoia Rain, who have 4 children. We have adults who have stated that when they walked in, your smile and your spirit made them feel welcome. Some are still there today, but God has blessed you to do that. You have, I can't remember, I think it's three friends that y'all study together.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I watch you all, Kaylin, that's why it's important who you hang around with. Y'all listen to me. Kaylin and her friends, this is from her mom. Kaylin and her friends will study on the phone. They won't even say nothing to each other. They're studying. They're just making sure they're all. She said they won't be saying anything. I'm just, they just holding the phone. She said, I'm like, they just. But she said that y'all were making each other accountable.
Yes, ma'am.
But Kaylin, every last one of you all you and your friends are gonna have so many chords Friday night.
Yes, ma'am.
If I was standing next to y'all, I just put the end of, and I didn't have a cord, I'll wrap y'all cord around me. You know what I'm saying? But your company means everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about that, Kaylin, because you're a mentor now. You're on the Real Talk with Judy Live mentor program show. Talk about that even to adults, how important it is of the company that you keep.
The company you keep is extremely important. I'm a firm believer that there's a quote that says the 5 closest people around you are the ones that resemble aspects of you, or they're supposed to be similar to you. And I've learned just from having friends that if my friends do not reflect the things that I have going on or the things I want, then they don't need to be in my circle. And my circle of friends has, of course, as I've gotten older, narrowed down and narrowed down. But even throughout the years, the friends that I've had, I've made sure that they helped not only push me to greatness, but I think a lot of times people expect a friend to be as if their mentor who's going to tell them everything they want to hear, tell them that they're doing this, tell them that they're doing that. But I have very honest friends. I will have friends who in the quick of a heartbeat will tell each other, oh, take that down off social media, or don't do that, don't do this, because we know where we're going. We know the dreams that we have. We know the things that we want to do, and we're not going to allow each other to get held back or to go through things that we don't need to go through based off a simple mistake or a dumb decision. A lot of times we'll be teenagers and we'll have our moments, but I have those friends that will push me to be the best version of myself. One of my closest friends, Nia Terry, Alexis Williams, both of them, every time we're on the phone, as you stated earlier, even if we're not doing anything during the last semesters of senior year, we were on the phone making sure that we tell each other, this is our agenda for today. We want to accomplish this, this, and that. If we didn't accomplish those things while we were on the phone, we'll make sure that we check in between. Did you do this? Did you do that? Because we know how important it is to accomplish those things. We use planners. We made sure that the company around us not only embraced who we are, but helped us get to the next level, helped push us into places that we needed to be. Because my best friend, Nia, we have known each other since we were in 8th grade, but there have been times where we've doubted ourselves, had times where we felt as if what we were doing didn't make a difference. And we've had to step in with each other and just talk to each other and say, hey, what you're doing is making a difference. If you don't see that, look at what you've done. Look at the people you've helped. Look at all that you have accomplished, because there will be those times where you're in your head and you think those things. And the company around you should be those people who are supporting you. If you have friends who can't show up to simple things to help you, to check up on you, to even when you're having a day where you're just not mentally okay, and they don't come over and check on you or at least text you, I wouldn't keep them as a friend. That's just me personally. I have a very high standard when it comes to those who are in my circle, as I stated, because those people around you are supposed to help you. They're supposed to push you. If you have people who see you doing things, kind of what my godmom says all the time, if you see me walk out the bathroom with tissue on my shoe and you don't tell me that there's tissue on my shoe, are you a real friend? She tells us that all the time. And I think that is so critical to have those people who are going to push you into greatness, not those who are going to watch you fail and not help you.
Ooh, Kayla, you just said so many powerful things. I hope y'all go back and play this. I don't see your mama might be typing, or whoever manned my board. Y'all got to be typing all that stuff right there. That those things were so powerful, y'all. Even as we have to choose our friends. And Kaylin, you already know we don't let everybody in.
Yeah.
We don't let everybody in. We don't let, you got to be willing to push me, celebrate me, and I give you the same thing back.
Right.
Those are friends, you know, and they don't laugh at you when everybody else laughs. Matter of fact, that ain't funny. And it may be funny, but it ain't funny because that's my friend. We're supporting. That is powerful. Powerful. You said you got that close-knit circle. You got to be able to tell each other. Take that down. And I do that right now. Take that down on Facebook. That is not edifying. Take that down. That doesn't look good based on who you are. You know, I had something to tell me, boy, you really went off hard. I meant to, you know, but you just got to, you have to evaluate. And I like what you said, Kaylin, set standards. Set standards for your friends. Set standards for your friend. And you already know, my closest circle, they would tell me, they ain't gonna tell me out front because of the respect, but they would tell me behind them doors. I got your Auntie Carolyn here with me now. Y'all know she would tell me, you know, your auntie, your godmama, Danette, they would tell me. But you know, but that's what friends are about. And as your mentor, I just, when your mom told me that, I was just like, and as we sat there in your senior awards night, she said, that's one of Kaylin's closest friends. That's one of Kaylin's closest friends. That's Kaylin close. I'm like, well, my goodness, all the Kaylin closest friends. And then Kaylin, to sit in the best and brightest in Leon County, and to see you on that stage did our heart good. And when they called your name as the best and brightest business leader for high school students in Leon County School, I was ready to act like Maria. That's right, girl. That's Kaylin. But the most I did, when we was at Florida State, I probably went down. Whoa, okay. We were so very proud of you. We were so very proud of you. And I know that you said there were certain awards you wrote down that you would like to get. How did you feel? I mean, you have been given so many awards. But on that night, the best and brightest, sitting on that stage with, I don't know how many of y'all it was. Um, I don't
At
know,
least
100,
100
200,
and something.
and 100. It was so, and I'm so proud of every last one of those students. My
Yes.
God, just to be in that list, just to be chosen in that list was an honor. How did you feel when they said, and the winner is Kaylin John Louis?
I was overwhelmed with a lot of emotion. I had to stop myself from crying because I think in that moment, I just realized all that I've done over the last few years did not go in vain. I've realized that a lot more lately with even the awards that have been coming, because I tell my mom all the time, I have been, in the beginning, I was uncomfortable being in the spotlight because I'm used to being in the background and helping out. And I've just, in that moment, to receive that, especially after the application process, trying to make sure that all of the items I needed were there, even from the interview of having to speak with everyone. I had about 3 months to have to sit there and wait and just figure out, did my interview go well? Did this and did that go well? And I was actually speaking with a few of the students before, and a lot of us were nervous, but the one thing they were saying was that when your heart is in it and when they know that they can feel the passion, that they just know that you're there. They know that you're worthy of that distinction. And so when I got the award, first thing running through my mind is just wow. That's the only thing I could think of is wow, because there were other people in the same list of me who had been doing profitable organizations where they're making money, they're doing certain things. But to know that just with my organization spreading positivity, that's not something that a lot of people want to see, want to talk about, want to celebrate, because it doesn't have to do with the societal drama or different things that are going on in the world. But to know that my one act, my one being on the radio, talking with other people, just being the light in my community really, really warmed my heart. And to see you all sitting in the audience, of course, made me so, so excited, because even from the mentee to mentor, being able to watch you support me and I support you over the last few years, it's just been truly an awesome thing to see.
Kaylin, I mean, just all of your accomplishments and listening to you, because I want you to talk about the sacrifices, because you didn't just get here because you're smart. Even though you're smart, you're organized, you do everything on the time. You're, my goodness, you are you are a rain girl extraordinary, right? You got everything in order. You got your day plan, like you just said, with you and your friends, setting your agenda, not your agenda for that day on that day. You probably already in year 24. I don't know. You probably are. Well, you're gonna do your freshman year of school and all of your class. I can just see you, Bailey. You got it all mapped out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But you mentioned, and I want people to hear this, because Kaylin, I was honored to be your mentor, one of them. And when I look at you and I'm like, this girl is just really falling in a lot of my footsteps. This is the catcher. You're not even 18 yet. You are not even 18 yet. You have accomplished more than some people have that's 40. You have accomplished, uh, I get to mentor you because I'm older, thank God. But at age, God, when did you start? 14, 13?
13 or 14, yes, ma'am.
13 or 14? I still had dreams. I was still being pushed. You understand? My mom was still,
Oh, 10.
your mom said 10. Yeah, I was still being pushed. You understand what I'm saying? Here you are, Kaylin, 17,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have accomplished so much more than a lot of adults. We have so many, and I'm getting so many lessons from you. We have so many young people who have made bad decisions. And I must honestly say, your mom has pushed and sacrificed and made sure that you've had. She has done so many sacrifices for you and your sister to make sure y'all had. And sometimes she was a little strict because she just wanted you all to succeed. But I heard you say today, and I am proud of you. I am. I can't even be. I can't. I know. Every time I see you, I'm like, I'm proud of you. I just want to hug you and kiss you and say, I'm so proud of you. You know, every time I see you, and people might be tired of me saying your name, and you know I don't care, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But you know I don't care. But Kaylin, you are phenomenal, and I know too because God, you reverence God. Your mom. Some young people don't even pay attention in church. You're taking notes. You're doing all this, and look at the woman of God that you are. Kaylin, you talked about um, making sacrifices to get where you are today. You talked about that. I want you to expound on that a little further because you're not just talking to young people, you're talking to all of us because we have to understand that you may have to sacrifice now because of the vision you see in the future. Talk about that.
Well, academically making sacrifices, there were days where I'd come home from school and instead of doing the normal go outside or hang out with friends, I'm in my room reading, writing, taking tests. And there were many nights of staying up late to write essays and so many different things. But even while going through that, sacrificing that time, sacrificing being with my friends, I've been able to learn that I possess more than I thought. And I was able to really take time to focus on what mattered most to me. Even between sacrificing time and energy, I not only sacrifice that, but as a lot of people know, I'm a youth caregiver with my mom. And so I'm not just sacrificing time from doing work, but I'm sacrificing to make sure that helping my mom take care of my grandmother. I was also helping sacrifice between making sure that when I wanted to do, I may not have wanted or may not have had the time to do the things I wanted to do right then and there, but I knew that what I was doing was going to pay off. All of my people, all my peers who had to take the SAT and the ACT, we know we hated sacrificing time to sit down and do all of the work it took, but just being focused and sacrificing that time, sacrificing that energy has really showed me that it is possible. Even I think the biggest time where I saw that my sacrifices made the most was when I crossed that stage with TCC, because I told my mom that while high school diploma, I'm very much excited for that. TCC was very personal to me because there were many days, many times where I did feel like giving up, where I did want to just say, why am I sitting here doing the same assignment over and over, or not at school to go do things at TCC to get my education, or sacrificing certain events to make sure that I'm correct in doing all that I can. There were a lot of moments where I sat at home and I was whatever, but that vision board that I have on my wall, or that logging the time where I sacrifice, or even rewarding myself through the sacrifices, where if I took time to work on an assignment, I'd make sure that at least one time in the week I went out and did something with my friends. I made sure that I still was doing things that were not just in the community, but I was being a kid, being a teenager, and having fun. And through all those sacrifices, I've just learned the importance that sacrifice, it does pay off. It really does push you to where you need to be. Even when you sacrifice, it sucks sometimes. You're not going to always be able to be in the place you want to. But as Mr. Ron just said, balance is what keeps you there. Balance is what allows you to stay where you need to be. And through sacrificing, you get to the greatest successes of your life. That's the simple thing about it, is that when you can take time to sit at home, work on your vision, work on what you want to do, get yourself together academically, when it all comes together and aligns, the results are so big, so big. And I'm still seeing the results right now, even as I enter college, of how much being in my community has not only helped me learn how to be a better person, but it's paved the way for other things in my life, not just doing stuff with KCK. I have realized that it wasn't just a thing where I was helping the community. It's paved the way for some scholarship money. It's paved the way to my dreams, to my aspirations, and being consistent through all of that sacrifice has led me to where I am right now.
Wow, wow, wow. This is a great show. I'm going to play it again. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do a rerun next Tuesday. I'm going to do something next Tuesday for the show, but I think I'm going to do this one. I think I want to do this one again next Tuesday because Kayla, you are saying so many you're making so many important points that I believe that if we pay attention to what you're saying, that our life will be even greater. You are empowering us right now, and I want to thank you for it. I want to thank you and for giving real thing, because sometimes people make it seem, oh, it's so easy. When you're 17, you come here, come here. You're 17. I got an invader that just popped up. Got an invader who popped up. But you're 17. But you're giving us so many things. You're giving us so many things in life, and this is phenomenal. And it has paved the way. But I love the point when you said sometimes when your word was sometimes it sucked at that particular moment. Sometimes you was wondering and you had those moments. It is good for people to hear those things but you still had that vision board to keep you on focus. So you got to know that your sacrifice will pave a way for greater. Your sacrifice is paving a way for greater. And I just thought about it when Jesus came and he got on that cross. He said, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, but for the reward that was set before him, he saw us. He had a vision board. My Lord, I might preach that. I might preach that tonight. No, that's not the message tonight. But Jesus had a vision board that kept him focused.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, Kaylin, what you're saying, and you stated about rewarding yourself. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to reward yourself. And as I watch you as a teenager, Kaylin, as a teenager, sacrifice so much of your time to make sure that your great grandmother, your grandmother, and your mom, you made sure three people, because you made sure your mom was taken care of as she cared for your grandmother and your great grandmother. And you made sure of that by stepping out. We saw this. This is not something I'm just making up or reading in a book. We saw you give. We saw you sacrifice going places. Sacrifice so your mom can go. That right there was phenomenal. I mean, we saw that. So your mom can go out and let her hair down for a little while. And you stay there with your granny and your great grandma and have fun. And I'm sure it was overwhelming at time, but Kaylin, I think Ron stated, we haven't seen anything yet. We know your road is paved in gold, but God promised this to your mother. He promised this to her. Everything that you're reaping was a promise from God to your mom. He promised. What you're reaping is what God promised your mom. And he promised it to her because she was faithful in serving him and giving y'all back to him. She gave y'all to him. There are some things that y'all gonna do this. You're gonna participate in this. You're gonna do that. But then after a while with you, it was like, even with Destiny, it was no if and a but. Y'all knew y'all were gonna do it. So you might as well have been happy about it. And all of our children who have passed through life changes and those who are staying now as they graduate, we're glad you're staying in Tallahassee.
Woo-woo.
At least for a little while.
Yes,
For a little while. But we're glad that you're here. Peep in. We're glad that you're here. And you know your Auntie Carolyn ain't gonna peep in. you know. She here with me, making sure I'm doing it right. Tell them hello then. Tell the audience hello.
Hello. So proud of you, Kaylin.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Auntie Kayla. Love you too.
Your surprise visit for the day. But Kaylin, you are fantastic, and we pray Godspeed upon you. And we know, fam, we know that you're going to um, continue to rock. I believe the community is proud of you, and I believe that you are a voice that could inspire young people because you have endured something. You have endured some things in life. You know, you have endured some things, and I remember once I told you to talk about it. Tell them because people need to know. Okay, so you went through that. You know, because some people say, well, my parents got divorced and it was hard, so I quit. Your parents got divorced and you excelled.
Yes, ma'am.
But you have to tell people how to do that. And Priscilla, I know that you're commanding this space, but Priscilla, we are so proud of you. All that you have sacrificed for Kaylin, running her here and there, taking care of your mom, working full time. She still worked full time. She took care of her grandmother until she passed, you know, and the same thing with your mom. You learned about dementia and Alzheimer's. Priscilla is now on national level
Yes.
speaking on Alzheimer's and dementia because that put her there. What she endured put her there, but she learned about it and she's able to provide the utmost care for your grandmother and get things involved. You, Kaylin, have learned about it. You know, I remember as a kid, you wouldn't eat Thanksgiving dinner until y'all went and fed. And I think your mama started y'all with that. Y'all
Yes.
wouldn't eat until y'all went and fed the homeless. But Kaylin, you are phenomenal. You are phenomenal, and God has promised it. And I love Kaylin that you give God all the credit. I love that. I love that. Talk a little bit about your faith in the Lord.
That was instilled for me from Life Changers. I mean, I was talking about being born in the church. I was born into Life Changers. And ever since I've come out, I mean, I've not only had mentors or teachers in my life to teach me about God, but even as I've gotten older to even gain that personal relationship with Him myself, I've just seen that so much has happened. And a lot of people ask me all the time, how do you do this? How do you do that? How are you here? The only thing I can say is God, because I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe that everything I have accomplished has been planned out before because God knew and He had an intentional place of me being right here for this time to inspire other people. I've been able to not only get that confirmation from other people, but just to know that even when I've gone through certain things, that God has still provided blessings, even after the challenges, even after the obstacles that were thrown in life situations. He still kept me where I am and allowed me to not only be here, but to help other people go through the same things I went through, to be able to even say that God is the reason why I'm here. It warms my heart. Being able to read about stories in the Bible where people were doing similar things that I'm doing, and now to see how I've been able to modernize it in a sense to where I'm helping people now or doing things that others did in the Bible. It shows me that I'm not only a vessel working for God, but it's just an opportunity for me to show other people that it is possible to follow God and to be a normal person. You can be a person where you're in the world, you are having fun and showing people about God even while you're having fun. You're able to have good times, have bad times, but be able to owe everything you go through to God. And I mean, just being able to sit and read and to get encouragement to know so much is done because of God, because of His place in my life, and just see how He continues to move. It has allowed me to be where I am, and I pray and hope that it continues to carry me even as I go through college and get into next things in the phase of my life.
I just met this young man, Keith,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me, he said that out of all the Ahabs in the world, because I'm right here by the elevator, he
Mm-hmm.
said and he asked me to pray for his aunt who was in the hospital for cancer. And he asked me what I was doing. And I was telling him about the show. And he said, "Are you a Christian?" I said, "I am." And he said, we got so many Ahabs in the world. Be an Elijah. So we got so many Ahabs. Be an Elijah. Kaylin, I believe that you're an Elijah in this world. I believe that God has anointed you for this day. You're 17. We have so many of our young people. And what you said today, this works for everybody, whether you go to college or whether you go to a vocation or whether you become an entrepreneur, whatever it is, whether you're 20, whether you're 40, whether you're 60, whether you're 64, the things that you spoke today will help every last one of us. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for allowing God to bless your life so you can be a blessing to all of us, so you can be an example in this world. You are a great example, Kayla. And I love what you're saying. I think you said about 5 times, I'm a teenager. I'm going to be a teenager. Be a teenager, girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself in life. And you said you're modelizing what has been so many things in the and if all of us look at ourselves, a lot of things God has us doing, it was done in the Bible. But we're modernizing it so it can be relative to the people we serve now. Because, and I'm going to say this, y'all some dancing church children. I was watching y'all. I be watching y'all at my party and different things. I said, them children know all the dancing. They know all. I'm like, what they learn? Priscilla, Tanya, Carolyn, Danette, where they children run? Ron taught y'all to dance. So my godson taught y'all to dance, huh? So Ron, you taught them to dance, Commissioner. I thought you was over here helping our young people, instilling you over here teaching them how to dance. Okay, I got it. But Kaylin, thank you. Is there anything you want to say before we hang up?
I just want to tell everyone, of course, thank you to all those who have continued to support me through this journey. But to the listeners listening, as Dr. Judy mentioned, I hope that you all have truly taken some notes, some advice, something good from this conversation, because I do believe that it's important that as we grow, as we continue to mature into the next phases of our life, that we are not only surrounding ourselves with those who push us to greatness, but that we also are that person that pushes other people to their next level. Because honestly, there's a lot going on, a lot of crazy stuff going on in our world. And I think if a lot of us continue to be that support for each other, be each other's hype man, and just help each other succeed, then we'll do a lot better as a world and as a nation together. So thank you all so much.
And thank you, and congratulations on your graduation Friday. I'm going to have to watch the live stream. Friday I'll be in Orlando, so we'll be leaving Pensacola Thursday. Changing suitcases, and I'll be in Orlando for the next week. But I want to thank you, Kaylin. Thank you I've been your mentee. I've been your mentor. You've been my mentee, and now you are mentoring me and others. I want to say thank you, because we never stop learning, y'all. And at all times, we either a mentee or we're mentor. Whatever you do, don't stop learning. Don't stop learning. I want to say congratulations to George Wilkins. George is graduating tonight, so Life Changing will not have Bible study tonight. You all are going out in grand effect to support George tonight as he graduates from Bobby. We are excited for George. And also, don't forget, register for the Sister Girls Network fellowship, summer fellowship. Kaylin get to come now, not as a kid, as the Summer Unity Festival, Bridging the Gap. Y'all go ahead and register. We are expecting over 200 people. So we're asking everybody to do at least 10 people. Get them registered now, y'all. We're going to have fun. Ribs, chicken, baked bean, potato salad, a lot of dancing. It's going to be a lot of dancing. The pool is open to us. And we want to say thank you so very much for what you do. And also, Is that it? Don't forget the summer camp. We got a few more slots left. So we want you to go ahead and apply for that. Thank you so very much, everybody. Y'all have a good day. May the Lord bless you real good. This has been the Real Talk with